Hello YouTube friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a first year medical student in the United States, and in this video I'll be sharing about my perspective of using the new iPad Pro 2021 with the M1 chip as a medical student. I'll be answering some of the common questions that you may have as a student or as a medical student before you make your purchasing decisions. These questions include: how does the iPad help me study efficiently, including some of the study tools I use? Does the iPad actually keep me focused when I'm studying? Could the iPad Pro completely replace a laptop? Which iPad model should you get, the 11-inch or the 12.9-inch model? If you are interested in the questions above, please continue watching. If you are interested in the unboxing as well as the reasons I purchased this iPad Pro 11-inch with the M1 chip, please check out this previous video that I have uploaded. Without further ado, let's begin. How does the iPad really help me to study efficiently? Does it? And what are some of the study tools that I use? I would say that the iPad has helped me so much with my studying, especially because of its note-taking ability and note storage ability. I download the lecture slides on my iPad using GoodNotes and take notes directly on the slides during the lecture. And after the lecture, I use Notion to organize all of my notes in a typed format, and also use the toggle list function in Notion so I could list each individual concept as a question, and then when I'm reviewing my notes, I look at the question first, quiz myself, and then use the toggle to look at the actual answer within the notes. I also have Anki, a flashcard system based on spaced repetition. Medical school, there's just so many information that requires you to really strategize your memorization and learning, and Anki is a really good flashcard system on iPad to download for that. And then there's the Human Atlas 2021 version that I use to help me visualize and reinforce all of the details that I am learning in gross anatomy. Last but not the least, I store all of the ebooks for the courses that I'm taking on Google Drive, and that's also downloaded on my iPad, so I could just access all of the e-textbooks on my iPad and use it as an ebook without it actually taking up storage because it's all stored in Google Drive. And also the USB-C port on this iPad means that I could connect this USB-C port to a screen monitor, and for anything I could display on this iPad, I could display on a larger screen monitor. Does the iPad actually keep me focused? Share my honest response. If I just used this to study, I wouldn't help, but after a while I would probably see myself shopping on Amazon or some other shopping app. However, the way that I avoided this was that I just didn't download anything entertainment related onto the iPad. I know for some people this might be too harsh, but it really to help me in order to stay focused when using the iPad and not to distract myself. I only downloaded apps related to like mostly studying and also maybe life, like a meditation app, onto the iPad. Not downloading the app in the first place helped me eliminate this problem. Like as a medical student, I know time is so limited and so precious, so when I'm actually planning on watching a movie or watching a TV show, I'll actually use my laptop to do that instead of an iPad. So yes, this iPad is purely for studying only, and also sometimes editing my videos. Could the iPad Pro replace a laptop? This was a big question that I had prior to purchasing this iPad. I wanted to just take this iPad with the Magic Keyboard to all of my lectures and just use this as my only study tool and just keep the laptop at home. However, after 2 weeks in medical school, I found out this wasn't the way to go. I would say I have a pretty strong opinion now about this question. iPad Pro 11-inch could not replace a laptop. Despite the iPad Pro having an M1 chip, it still operates on the iOS system, which is the system on your iPhone, instead of the Mac OS system, which is the one in your MacBook. So what does this mean specifically? To be concrete and not really technical, it basically means that for certain web pages, it will not display as properly as a laptop would do. For example, we use Elantra, which is a Canvas for medical school where all of the professors upload their lecture videos and course materials like PowerPoint slides. We access the pre-recorded lectures on Elantra, and this display is really smooth using the laptop. However, when using the iPad, it gets quite funky and quite weird. I would use the laptop to watch all of the videos and iPad to take the notes. I could also use this iPad as a second screen monitor in addition to the laptop that I have. So although my iPad Pro could not completely replace the laptop, I would use it as a good addition to my studying. Should you get the 11-inch or the 12.9-inch? This is the question that really bothered me for the longest time. I originally purchased the 11-inch, having the possibility of returning it and getting the 12.9-inch. Main reason is because although I like the portability of the 11-inch iPad Pro, how it's a little bit lighter than the 12.9-inch. 12.9-inch iPad Pro, I thought it would be better for note-taking. It would feel like an actual A4 paper, and it'll be better if I multitask and split the screen into two, and also use it as a really large screen second display for my laptop if I wanted to. So all of these reasons I really considered a 12.9-inch. However, after using the 11-inch iPad Pro for 2 weeks or so, I would say I'm completely happy with it and I'm not going to return it. When note-taking, instead of using it vertically, I usually turn it around like landscape mode. So I actually feel pretty good when taking all of these notes. I also noticed that I barely use the screen splitting function because I still have my laptop around all the time. So usually this iPad Pro is just an additional tool to the laptop. On the other side, I just simply really like how lightweighted this is and how I could just sit on the couch, sip a little bit of tea, and read from the e-textbook while doing a few highlights. I hope this video has answered some of the questions that you may have about the iPad Pro with the M1 chip. Please give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed the content, or if you find the content helpful. Please comment down below if there is any other questions you have about using the iPad Pro as a student, or share your perspective on the questions that I have answered. For more videos on study resources for students or for medical students, including details on the specific applications that I use on the iPad or any other study tools, please subscribe to my channel and more videos to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.